Hello there, beautiful Pisces. Welcome to my tarot nook. I hope all is well and good with you. This will be a love reading for you here, Pisces. You'll find the timestamps for this reading in the pinned comments and in the description box, okay, where you'll also find additional channel information. All right, so I'm going to start with a spirit message for you here from your guides, Pisces. A message for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. What needs knowing at this time for Pisces, okay. All right, so we have the soul solitude messages here for you. Your soul needs attention, okay, Pisces. There are moments when it's important to get away, not just from the noise from the outside world, but to find a place where your soul can experience peace and quiet, a place for your soul's solitude, okay? So the message here says this is a time to pause, a time to reflect, and a time for you. All right. So let's go ahead and pull some oracles for you here. All right, so for anyone that is new here, welcome to my tarot nook. I do variety style readings and upload weekly. So if you enjoy tarot, subscribe. If you have any questions at all about anything that's not in the description box, let me know in the comments. Or you can just let us know how you're doing and what's going on with you, okay? So let's see what these oracles want to reveal about your love situation right now, and the energy that is attached to you at this time, and what's going on with the both of you. What is it that we don't know about the situation for Pisces to know right now? All right, let's see what's going on with you. So we have a spiritual connection taking place here. You're in a soul solitude. So, and then this is showing in as though you're in a spiritual connection. You're in a soulmate journey here. There's a deep love taking place, a lot of awakenings happening. So maybe it's you're being guided to kind of reflect on this experience, okay, and understand what's going on. For some of you, unity could be a current issue. Being united, you may not be in a place where you're physically united, but you could be spiritually still connected. All right, so your card here is calling that your soul needs attention. So there could be some sort of a distancing taking place. All right, so a lot of things could be moving at the same time. All right, some sort of unveiling is going to come through, exposure to something that might feel like, justice is being served, or it's going to make things feel fair. It could come in the form of a confession, but this is somebody that wants to be heard when they speak, okay? So it could be about feelings. It could come in the form of a message, like texting or some sort of a DM, or just maybe through like a friend or family member. But somebody here is desiring to reach out and communicate something important in our value. All right, so it does feel like right now you might be on a separation from this person. It does feel like, there's a timing has been an issue, not the right time, like distance, okay, blockages, like just something here is kind of putting a wedge, okay? So again, it does feel like this connection has depth and meaning to at least each of you in your own spiritual way, okay? But it does feel like timing is playing a factor, okay? Or for right now, something could be paused and maybe another time, right? Yeah, we're living in the memories, okay? We have some bittersweet memories. We're dwelling a little bit. All right, this could be you or this energy together. There's a lot of reflection taking place. Perhaps you all used to go places. You have your favorite spots. You have places that you like to visit and revisit. I swear, let me fix this camera real quick. All right. Or maybe you go to certain places and it reminds you of each other or something like that. So that's coming through in the form of like fond memories, okay, memories that are bringing like there's just some cool things here when nothing was, when like things were not being disrupted. It just felt like things were just super magical for the both of you. All right, so we are in a reflective state. We are definitely on some sort of a timeout or a break. All right, we're thinking about the past. You're both sharing the same feelings towards one another. I feel like, this is something that maybe wants to be confessed, is how maybe you're feeling towards them or how they're feeling towards you. I do feel like, there could be some sort of a twin flame experience taking place, or a journey intertwined within the soul journey. So you could be kind of exploring the soulmate's path through a twin flame connection, which when the twin flame connection happens and there could be some separation that's calling for that soul solitude, I feel like you are kind of in a place right now where the twin flame is bringing maybe some issues, pains, or considerations. Okay, so there's a lot of spiritual expansion or kind of internal kind of awareness going through in terms of how you both feel towards one another, like, you know, individually here, how you're both feeling. There's a second chance. All right, so we want to make amends. We want to get on things on track. We could be you or them, or the both of you, and it's just not being spoken right now. There's plans here to advance something, to confess something. It does feel like a second chance is coming through here for you. All right, so let's go ahead and check in the bottom. We're feeling a little conflicted, but that's kind of in the reverse if you notice. But I feel like there could have been choices in the past and things could have been conflicting. Maybe somebody made the wrong choice or they were inconsistent with their promises and decisions and stuff like that. But it feels like, because I pulled it this way, I almost want to say that somebody's conflicted no more. And it feels like maybe they know what they want and they're coming for it. Okay, so that could also be taking place here. All right, let's go ahead and dive into some tarot and see what else is popping here for you. Okay, so I have set intentions for this reading for you to ensure that I see what's going on both sides, or get both sides of the situation. So as the cards land, just keep in mind if the energies I'm reading for really line up more with you, then maybe these are the things that need to be paid attention to. And if they really line more with how you're feeling in terms of how they are, then, you know, attach the card to them. It's really up to you, so use your discernment. It's no big deal in any direction. It's just really the messages that want to come out. But I don't want you to feel like, you know, I am not giving you any kind of like I'm just trying to like read about them the whole time. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. All right, let's do a couple more shuffles. I have not used this card. I think I did not use it in entirety of 2024 at all. So I'm really excited to use this deck. Yes, it's another cat deck. For those of you keeping up, this is the second reading so far in January where I'm using cat decks. I do have more different ones. Oh man, one of them though, one of the cards really got kind of like bent. It was one of my original boxes from like 2020. Oh, I'm so bummed out, but maybe one day I'll use it. We'll see. Let's see what's going on here with you two. Okay, so that Ace of Wands with 3 of Swords in reverse. I was gonna say 3 of Hearts. It's swords. It's swords. We also have the we have the 6 of Cups. Or I'm sorry, I can't read. It's the 9 of Cups. So that's you're showing up here, Pisces. I was gonna say we have Pisces here, and then I got tangled up with the Roman numbers. All right, so the Hierophant. So this card is really meant to cross, okay? But because I usually love the art, and I like these cards all the time. I'm staring at cards, so I like to see all the visuals and stuff. But it's gonna be a crossing card. So we have a 9, excuse me, a 9 of Wands. All right, the Star in reverse. Okay, and we also have the 10 of Cups underneath the 9 of Cups. Okay, and then overall for you guys, we have, wow, the 2 of Cups is here. Very pretty. Let's go ahead and dig in. All right. So this little cute 2 of Cups here, like I was saying, it just makes me feel like there's something like an emotional tie, an emotional connection here that's going through some sort of a transition of some sort, or perhaps a little bump, okay, along the way, in terms of the general energy. I do feel like, you know, it's a Cancer card. It's a card of love, but it just feels like the feelings are mutual, okay? Like, you know, if you're wondering if they're feeling the same or if they're not, or if they're wondering, it's like I feel like the feeling is mutual right now for whichever way you want things to go. All right, and there's definitely a sense of a deep emotional connection here. This card generally wants harmony and happiness and unity, and we also have Unity. That was one of the first cards that came out. All right, so even though like right now something could be feeling like it's kind of like not happening, or something has like the relationship has kind of, you're past this relationship right now, it's still like in the memories. Okay, so it's still very much present in you guys' thoughts, and in your mental, in your, I guess, what do I want to call it, in your thinking, I guess, the way you're like you're not, you guys still think about each other often. How about that? Okay. Why is my voice now all of a sudden, like, I have been sick, I really have, but I don't understand why my voice right now is getting the way it is. All right, so Ace of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. This is a strong card of passion, desire, inspiration, feeling like, things can have the opportunity to like take off. Okay, so it does point towards a new beginning here, like a passionate phase. It could be somebody here is thinking about a new opportunity, or just kind of wants to kind of reignite something passionate with you, or maybe towards them. It does significantly kind of align with this whole like second chance, wanting a second chance, starting a new phase in the relationship, a new chapter, or just kind of doing like revitalizing. I think of the shocks, like the things that kind of zap, like, oh, let's just kind of get this thing back on track. They're not, somebody here is willing to do the effort, like the work, take action, and it does come perhaps in the form of a confession that way. Okay, so there's just a lot of missing each other here taking place. All right. Three of Swords reversed, Libra energy. It could sometimes talk about a little bit of a disruption here. There could have been some pain, something ended painfully. There could have been betrayal, or even heartache, okay, rejection of some sort. Maybe somebody rejected the other person's energy for whatever the reasons. And it does feel like something here is in the process of healing and recovery, that, or wants to heal and recover, or is desired to be overcome. And but there's fear of such a pain returning. Somebody's hurting, not wanting to get hurt like that anymore. They don't want to, they want to go through it. There's concern about that. There's heavy concern, but it's also about moving past or learning from the previous heartache. So that's also playing a role, which again, kind of will reflect around that second chance. It's just kind of, do whatever it takes, or it's just, that's just like what's being desired. The Nine of Cups, like I had mentioned, this was Pisces. You're showing up here. This is known as obviously the wish card, wish fulfillment card. Okay. Here, you could be dealing with a little bit of a confused situation, because we are kind of denying that we're not each other's wishful fulfillment, but we kind of are. And it does feel like somebody here is more focused on maintaining happiness and satisfaction, that they're overlooking the issues. Somebody might be overly optimistic, because they could be striving for that wishful fulfillment, and just kind of, there could be like the foundation could be a little not as, solid perhaps as it should be. So like issues like lying, being deceptive, third party situations with the Three of Swords, putting things in a, even though the recovery here, we're talking about more about the recovery in this reading, it does feel like there's just a lot of kind of like somebody might be wanting to have those issues overlooked, or somebody might be willing to overlook these issues just to kind of have that wishful thinking lifestyle come back. And to be truthful with you, it does feel like with the Two of Cups, Ace of Wands, there's a little bit of a passionate connection here, regardless of how things are at this very moment. So this is within the spiritual sense of things. It has not, it's not over, it's not done, it's not cut. There's an attachment towards one another, whether you try to like avoid it in the physical, it just kind of is there. And I feel like, there's just like this whole big, connection here where, we want to overlook the issues because we love the other person, or we care, or we don't want to end this anytime soon. It's not in the plans. It's kind of like we're going after what we want right now, whether again it's you or them. So let's check in with the Hierophant. Strong Taurus energy, and let's look at this card as a form of challenge or the challenges that's going on. I feel like the biggest challenge here has been perhaps accepting the relationship in a commitment place, like a sense of commitment. Okay, so it does feel like the challenge has been maybe not wanting to settle, or kind of not wanting to be restricted in a certain way. Some of you, you or the other person, could have like different like upbringings or religious differences, or just religious doesn't even have to be religious, it could be cultural differences. What I'm trying to say here, you come from a very traditionalist mindset, or you have your own beliefs, which it's okay. But the challenge here is just there's a struggle between what's personally desired versus what society expects, or what maybe family expectations are, or in general issues related to commitment and how commitment is perceived, or even just marriage, the topic of marriage, or just something like that. So that's something I feel like there has been a major misalignment. So there could be interferences that way, you know, people like sharing their opinions of maybe what you should be like with this person or towards them. So there's a lot of confliction. Oh my gosh, I don't know if that's a word, but there's like a lot of conflicting opinions thrown at the both of you, but it's coming from outside, you know, like influences. So maybe people are butting their nose a little too much into your business or something like that. The Nine of Wands here, this is a Sagittarius energy. I feel like this card talks about more about being resilient and like sticking through it. And I feel like maybe this is what the both of you want, is to kind of maybe kind of saying like, you know, like screw it, everyone else, let's elope type of a vibe. There's just but there's unspoken feelings as well, in terms of feeling like a little bit on guard, like not kind of wanting to disrupt anything further. I feel like for a lot of you, you know, you might be a little protective over your heart here. You're coming across as a very kind of, maybe you're not the person that doesn't want to feel like, you know, you don't want to, you're trying to heal from something perhaps, okay, but you don't want to kind of revisit it, and that's kind of causing a little bit of concern for you. Overall, maybe making you feel a little vulnerable, all right, because of the past pain, okay, is still influencing your current feelings. And I feel like maybe the other person could be equally hurt and sad, but it's related to past actions, because we're also in the Nine of Wands. So it does feel like for a lot of you, you know, there's just a lot of feelings of worry and concern, that maybe you might lose one another, or this might not work out again, or something like that. But it's more towards the emotional connection that you both have, that you want to have again. The Star card is an Aquarius energy. It's a card of healing. There's a, you know, like some actions that might be taken here. Could be just kind of taking a step back, all right, and not taking the steps needed here to heal or move forward. So somebody could be feeling, you know, sad, crying over spilled milk, not accepting something right now, not accepting the current outcome, or struggling with that, okay. It could feel like sense of lost hope here. Wishful fulfillment with the Star could be in the reverse, could indicate that, you know, all the things that makes this connection thrive or happy is just lost. It feels like, you know, there's a desire here to reignite hope. And there's a lot of opportunity to kind of get yourself back on a spiritual path of healing, but in terms of the relationship itself. So there could be some way here where you might need to like kind of also reconnect with the things that kind of makes you who you are, to remind yourself of the things that you want and desire and deserve, because you can only have so many influences on the outside to support you, but also influence your actions towards something that they think is good or not good for you. But I'm not saying, you know, for example, forget all this advice, because if there's positive warning signs, you know, you have to just kind of really look out for yourself. But if it comes to in a place from like where you're being banned for whatever, you know, cultural or whatever reasons that come up, that kind of put it like I don't know, like even Boston employee, could be anything, honestly. It doesn't have to, but it comes from a place from an outside, they're casting their thoughts, like, or like HR saying you can't, you know, something like that. I feel like it's time to like look at things from like how you want things to be, and then you know, maneuver your actions around that, so that way you're kind of able to convey your desires in general, okay, or you know, try to do what you want that makes you happy, and wishful fulfillment, rather than make somebody else happy. But if it comes at the cost of you ignoring big problems, like I was saying, that you're being warned about, this is where the healing is going to struggle, because you're not going to be able to heal, and you're always going to be worrying if this is going to be working out or not. Okay. So the 10 of Cups is here to kind of give you some sort of advanced way forward, where things are headed, just advice. 10 of Cups is also a Pisces card. It's a card of wholeness and completion. It's a very positive sign here towards fulfillment, and becoming emotionally content and happy. It does seem like, despite the current challenges, there's a path here that leads to some sort of emotional satisfaction if the right steps are taken. So again, remember everything we've talked about. Advice here would be to focus on healing and forgiveness, okay, and building a foundation that lasts, that like offers that long-lasting happiness or that fulfillment that you want. But you know, not just in this relationship, but in future ones, because like I was just saying, once you determine the path that you want to take and what works best for you, it's going to be easier to act on that. But sometimes it's a journey that in of itself, it's its own journey. So this is what I have. Now I'm going to do something I haven't done before, which is why I'm doing timestamps. I'm going to actually pull a conscious spirit message for you, okay? But because I've used this deck before, but I've always used my intuition to kind of give you like a quick, like 30-second overview. This time I'm going to use the little booklet, and I'm going to read what the booklet says, because I want you to pay attention to those messages that will hopefully work with your consciousness and within you and your spirit, and maybe can offer you insights. Now, if you don't want to continue here, this is where you can stop. But this is something I'm doing, and if you do give it a chance, let me know in the comments if you enjoy it. You know, I am thinking about a lot of ideas for this channel, y'all, but it's just, I can't do so much with like the subscriber base slowly kind of YouTube playing its thing. I want to stagger some things, but I could do some of these like little in terms of shorts, not like the actual shorts, but like a 5-minute daily or a weekly or something. So keep this in mind when I put this out here for you. But this is just, like I said, a conscious spirit message for you, something to tap into your consciousness, into your mind. I will read what it calls out. All right, and I do appreciate y'all spending some of your time with me today. I hope this reading resonated for you. I really enjoyed it myself. I really think there was a lot of just feelings and emotions in this reading versus anger and animosity and attacking and all that. So I like that kind of a reading, and don't forget that soul solitude message here for you. All right, Pisces, so I'm about to do this, and let's just see what card pops up for you. Okay, so we have the number 35. It says nature spirits, and it says, I respect all of nature's elemental beings and help preserve life on earth. So like I said, this is something to tap into your consciousness. This is an end of the reading, kind of an oracle. Okay, it could apply to anything in your love life or just any aspect of your life. And I am going to read the message for you here. All right, so each of us is a spirit residing in a physical form, so is everything in nature, from the animals to plants, from the oceans and rivers to the rocks and crystals. All contain that spark of source energy. This card is asking you to become aware of this. Make an extra effort when spending time in nature or in your garden to acknowledge the life force energy in everything around you. This energy supports and feeds your life in turn. When gardening, treat your plants with respect. Feel the earth's energy rising up through their roots into their stems, leaves, and fruit, helping to sustain life on earth. When at the sea or a river, give thanks to the life-sustaining waters, without which no life would exist on this planet. If this card keeps coming up, it might be an indication that you need to actively take part of your community through nature, conservation, or help out at your local animal shelter. If you work indoors all day, it may be a sign that you need to start looking for hobbies or other interests to take you outdoors. Nature's energies are healing, revitalizing, nurturing, and loving. She shares them unconditionally. Open your heart and welcome these energies into your life. So this is, again, a message overall for you, something to tap into. If it resonates for you, I appreciate, that's great. And if it doesn't, I appreciate you hanging out here with me till the very end. So yeah, this concludes my reading with you all. I love you all so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.